Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Factor 90.3 Nigeria Info and Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. It's 10 minutes gone past 3 p.m. It's Tuesday. It's the final day in the month of August. The final Tuesday, of course. I mean, being the final day, quite logically, it's the final Tuesday as well. And tomorrow signals the birth or the start or rebirth, if you will, because it's another September. We had September last year, as we had in previous years as well. And all things being equal, we will have in 2023 also, or 2022 for that matter. Anyways, yep, we're transiting into the much expected Ember months, or the fondly referred to as Ember months. You know, September, October, November, and of course December as well. And yes. It's interesting for many things. The Ember months are what's the word I'm looking for right now? It's extremely contradicting somewhat, you know, because especially from the religious perspective, especially that, yes, I'm going to go there. Especially from the religious perspective, you're going to have religious leaders talk about how fantastic, how brilliant, how God has been wonderful to you and has been wonderful to Nigerians for making you to see the Ember months. It's God has done it. It's not by your power, it's not by your might, but it's God. And it's a wonderful sin. It's a great sin. And you should be thankful to God for that, and maybe even sow some more seed to show your appreciation. Now that's on one hand. On the other hand, the same religious leaders will tell you about how your life is in more danger during the Ember months than any other time of the year. So I'm wondering, so why did God do it then? Why did he bother if my life is going to be in more danger during the Ember months? So God made me see the Ember months so I can face more danger. But anyways, apparently the blood-sucking village people, in quotes, no offense to village people, I love you guys. Apparently the alleged blood-sucking village people have a knack for blood-sucking during the Ember months. I wonder why. Is it that the blood tastes better during the Ember months than in January, February, or March, or April, or even August for that matter? I don't know, really. But yeah, so two things. God has done it for you to see the Ember months, and then your life is in more danger. Aha! Now comes the resolution. Operation Finish Them. Yeah, expect a lot of that. Operation Finish Them. Operation They Will Not Get Me. Operation God Deliver the Ember months. It's going to start pouring in very soon. It's mixed feelings for me. It's mixed feelings. On one hand, I'm wondering what the heck. On the other hand, we are going to benefit from it some way, because the ads are going to come here for Operation Finish Them or Operation Protect My Ember months. The ads are going to start running. I think I heard one a couple of days ago. So just listen up for them. You start to hear them very soon across our various brands over here. Well, whatever the case is, I hope that you, I hope that things are working out for you, and I hope that in the rest of the year, that things work out still, and that you are safe, you know, and your family and your loved ones, and you live a happy, long and fulfilling life. I hope that for you. Ember or no Ember months. All right, so thank God for it, and yep. Operation Deliver the Ember months, may it be yours. So that's it. That's it. A few matters we're discussing on the show today. Absolutely so. I do have side comments coming up in a moment. Random stories, you know, random thoughts that I came across. I'll be expressing some thoughts on them. You're welcome to express your thoughts in mine as well. No. For the side comments, pardon me, no. For the side comments, no. That was an error. Please scratch that. For the side comments, no. No discussing that now until much later on during the open season segment. Now, after that, then comes the rant. Now that I'll be taking your thoughts on. You can express your thoughts in mine all the way. Today until 4:30 p.m. Today's rant, taking your thoughts in mind, will last till 4:30 p.m. Yes, it will, because our friends from Yik Africa will be with me in the studio today. From 4:30 to 5 p.m. Remember, the Yik Skills Festival, the Nigeria Yik Skills Festival, is going to be launched, I think, this weekend, Friday. Yeah, so officially that is officially launched. They'll be tell us all about that. Yeah. Aha. So after that takes us till 5 o'clock. We've got the news update at 5. Let's see what comes. What comes after that? What comes after that? Oh, our court orders for sale in Nigeria now. I had a conversation with some person, a phone conversation earlier today, and this person was referencing. This person said that it appears court orders or injunctions or what's that one? What's that one that's been issued these days all over the place? Can someone remind me via WhatsApp? The one that's been issued these days, they're not called injunctions, no. WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. Thank you. Ex parte. That's the word. Ex parte orders. That's it. Thank you very much. This wonderful person over here. Ex parte orders. Yeah. So the person said they're like they've been auctioned these days, and I said, I mean, if it's an auction is a good thing, because you only auction things that are rare, things that are rare, and they're usually very expensive, and that's why you auction them, and usually the price goes up. I've never experienced or witnessed an auction where the auctioneer is saying yes, 10,000 now, going for 10,000, going for 10. I see 9,000 over there, 9,000. Can I get 8,000 from anyone? 8,000 from 8,000 over there. I'm looking for 7,000. 6,500 anybody. 6,500 anybody. Oh, that gentleman said, okay, we're down to 4,000 naira, right? 4,000 going, 4,000. Oh, somebody says 500 there. 500 naira. No, it don't work that way. This is the way auctions work. 10,000 naira, 10,000 going, 10,000 going. Oh, I see 11,000 over there. Can I get 11,000 from 11,000, 11,000, 11,000 going, 11,000, 15,000. That fine gentleman over there. Thank you very much. 15,000, 15,000. Oh, I see a lady over there saying 17,000. Thank you. 17 going, 21,000 over there. Thank you very much, fine sir. That's how they work. Prices keeps going higher, and that's a good thing once again. But in our case, I think it's more like tomatoes. Mukro market to buy tomato, advertising. Pharmacy markets over here. You go there to buy tomatoes, and the lady says 500 naira, and you look for a bit. Or my mother, God bless her soul, when she was with us, will look at it and say, they start with why is it 500 naira now? And the woman looks away and says, that's how we bought it also. Dollar has gone up. Probably have the woman say, how about 350? Agree. Starts to walk away. Oh, yeah, customer come now. Customer come and buy. Customer return. Say, these tomatoes, they're not like the ones I bought last week. How about 150 from 500 naira? So it's a pricing situation. I think maybe, depends on your perspective, that's how these court orders have become these days. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. To the matter to be discussed in the 5 o'clock hour. Conflicting court orders. CJN summons 6 chief judges. NBA environment. You can find out in the Premium Times. Other dailies have similar versions as well. But here's a bit of the one from the Premium Times. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Tanko Mohammed, has summoned the chief judges of 6 states over the recent wave of conflicting orders issued from their court. Mr. Mohammed, who is the chairman of the National Judicial Council, a statutory body concerned with appointment and disciplining of judges, issued a summons to the affected chief judges in Abuja on Monday. The judicial officials summoned to face interrogation over the development are chief judges of states in the South, Northwest and Southeast regions. States are Rivers, Kebbi, Cross River, Anambra, Jigawa and Imo states. The questionable ex parte orders issued in various political cases emanated from the judges of the 6 states in the last 2 months. So they'll be discussing that. The affected heads of court are to appear before the CJN as a prelude to the broader probe by the NJC to explain what warranted issuance of conflicting orders by courts of coordinate jurisdiction in their domains. Yeah. Is the judiciary still the hope of the common man? Court orders now for sale, are they being priced? in the country at the moment. Well, Henry Kine is a lawyer and is in the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights. He'll be joining me for that conversation in the 5 o'clock hour. We got headlines 5:30 p.m. Major news at 6. Open season comes up after that. If you missed out on any contributing to any matter discussed on the show, I'll take your thoughts during that period till about 7 o'clock. When the show officially comes to an end, the sports gang will be in for extra time. Alright, so basically, a message of, or a few messages of WhatsApp. Good afternoon, Dad. Crime increases during the Ember months because of criminally minded elements that are lazy and cannot legitimately source for money but want to celebrate more than those working hard for their earnings. As an ID. Okay, ID. Thanks for that. Someone says, Operation Ember months end with my enemies. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a very, very good one. Alright, so that comes up once again. That's the show today, basically. Any changes you will find out, simply stay tuned. But we get things rolling right now with today's side comments, random stories, random thoughts that I came across earlier on, which once again will not be discussed now until much later on, I suppose, during the open season segment especially. Civic society organization Yaga Africa says it is not true that INEC in Rivers State is trying to slow down the process of in-person continuous voters registration exercise in order to disenfranchise Rivers people. A state focal person of Yaga Africa, Obina Ebogide, was reacting to the protest by local government chairman in the state last week. Considering the information given by the INEC rec in Rivers State, Obo Ifanga, I did interview him, I think it was last week as well. And now Yaga's position on the matter. I mean, one can't help but wonder a question, what exactly it is that that is the concern of the local government chairman in Rivers State. What exactly is the concern? Because the figures do not lie. The figures say that people are being registered in the ongoing continuous voters registration in Rivers State, as is going on in other parts of the country as well. So what exactly is it? Do they have genuine concerns, which it appears from the figures available, they don't have genuine concerns. Emphasis on the word appears. Or is it just one of those, 2023 is approaching, so let's raise as much dust as we possibly can? Is it that also? I don't know, maybe. But I would simply advise to everyone, whether honorable or excellency, or if you're one of the masses, let's all do all that we can to improve the system, to improve the process. Ultimately, we're all going to be better off for it. Yes, there are going to be unscrupulous individuals amongst us who don't care for the greater good, and it's all about themselves. And it's good to be able to identify them, whoever they are, wherever they are, in whatever capacity. But as citizens, we owe ourselves and this nation a responsibility. If things get better, it gets better for all of us. If it doesn't get better, it gets bad for all of us as well. So let's keep pushing the right narratives. And as a citizen, you owe yourself a responsibility to enlighten yourself. I think the good book says encourages to get knowledge, and with all that getting, get understanding as well. It's very important. All right. Very important. Don't just say honorable said, or you saw it on WhatsApp. And what this thing you were talking about? Why did you say WhatsApp? It was on WhatsApp. It was on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not a credible place for anyone to get any kind of knowledge, except of course I'm talking about broadcast messages. Except of course the person you're interacting with on WhatsApp is someone who knows what they're talking about. Yeah. So get knowledge, and with all that getting, get understanding as well. Let's see, what else caught my attention on the news today? The Rivers State government will carry out another round of project commissioning from the end of September. Governor Wike gave the hint during the inspection of some projects and prudently manage them.
Everything must not be money. People think that you have the whole money in this world before you be able to finish project. No, it is a matter of prudent management. It's a matter of you prioritizing what you think you need now and then what you think you need tomorrow. You cannot carry everything at the same time. With the way we are doing jobs, you see every community is calling you, oh, we have this road here, oh, please come. But they forget that even if you have 20 years to be government, it is not possible for you to finish everything. But what that shows is that they appreciate, they've seen the level of work you are doing. Unlike before, how many times do you see communities, oh, you have done community B, you have abandoned community D. So people are happy. I'm quite impressed at how I wish I have all the time.
Oh, well, nobody has all the time, Wrestland. But thumbs up, kudos on the work that you're doing. No doubt some of your developmental projects truly are developmental in nature and will improve the living standards of people in River State. No doubt about that. But I must mention as well that prudent management is incomplete without accountability. Prudent management of resources is a great thing, and I'm glad that Your Excellency, is prudently managing the resources, and that's a great thing. That must be identified and acknowledged, and great. But with prudent management comes accountability. Kind of like with great power comes great responsibility. With prudent management comes accountability as well. You cannot prudently manage resources if you're not accountable for those resources. So, for example, I hear there's some people who went to court, I think, recently, demanding, that an FOI be responded to by the River State government on contracts awarded for flyovers and roads and all of that, how much been expended, where the money is coming from, and all of that. So that's part of prudent management, prudent accountability. Government shouldn't shy away from these things. Shouldn't go to court to pick up technical loopholes as to why we shouldn't show how much we spent on the bridges or the flyovers and the rest of it. No, it doesn't work that way, because with prudent management comes prudent accountability. So, Your Excellency, let's balance the equation. Prudent management on the left-hand side, prudent accountability on the right-hand side. Now, the manager of the cargo boat attacked by a military helicopter in Bonny last week, Emmanuel Isaiah, has refuted reports by Defense Headquarters the boat they shot at was carrying illegally refined petroleum products. Mr. Isaiah told our correspondent that workers are now afraid to travel by sea following the incident. Let's hear what this man had to say about this truly startling development.
We are not conveying anything related to bunkering. We don't do such business. Everybody are shocked of what happened because this first experience is threatening life of people, and even the drivers and the workers. Nobody want to work. The boys are running away because they don't want to play with their life, and it's what government should look into, honestly. Because for them to say that it's a condescending boat, that is false information.
Yeah, now remember, Defense Headquarters in a Facebook post said the military helicopter did not shoot boat passengers on Bonny Rivers last Thursday, but illegal oil refiners carrying oil products. However, online photos show the attacked boat was carrying foodstuff and not illegally refined crude. The photos showed bullet holes in the bags of foodstuff inside the attacked boat. And I think I did a rant on this maybe on Monday. Was it Monday or so? Definitely, Defense Headquarters has a lot more explaining to do. That press statement, or that statement which is an attempt to explain away this situation, didn't do a good job at all. As a matter of fact, if I had to score that as a comprehension, I might score it 3 out of 10, really. I mean, well, maybe because the grammar was good, they got grammar and syntax right, I might increase it to 4, maybe. or 3.5 at most. But as far as explaining what happened, it's a total failure, really. So I hope they're going to do a better job with explaining what happened with that situation, and I hope we get justice with that also. And Your Excellency, the River State Governor, I hope that you will wade into this matter as well. Wade into this matter the same way that we stormed one house to go and protect a daughter of Rivers. The same way we stormed Air Force Base to arrest pilots and co during the COVID lockdown. The same way, let's look at this. People were shot at, not reportedly. People were shot at, injured, who knows, maybe killed. Rivers people or residents of Rivers State by the military. Isn't that something that should attract the attention of a state government, for crying out? Or I don't know. Or is it only prudent management of resources that attracts attention of state government? I don't know, maybe. Or projects, as the case may be. So, it started for side comment. Was there anything else that caught my attention? Let's see. I think that might. Oh yeah, ASUM may be going on strike again.
We connect you to the world. We connect you to the vicinity. We are Nigeria Info.
Listen to me. I said this is a real situation and the government has to do something about it. What are you trying to insinuate? All these people looting Nigeria's money?
This is Nigeria Info in the heart of Nigeria. 92.3. We are Nigeria Info. Are you running late and can't make it down to our Rumorsi office to book your commercials? Don't worry, because you can take advantage of our marketing office inside Port Harcourt to book your commercials. It is located at Shop 9 Mediatrix of All Graces Plaza, opposite FIR Stadium Road, Port Harcourt. You can also call our sales rep on 0817-001-8162. That's 0817-001-8162.
We give the facts.
News entirely.
We give the evidence. Just to keep you informed.
News, weather. I get my information top of the hour every hour.
92.3 Nigeria Info. And now, hard facts. Hard facts with Dayo.
Hello, good afternoon to you once again, and welcome once again. It is Hard Fact on 92.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dayo. It's Hard Facts. I've got something in my mind. I'm expressing thoughts of mine, and it is the core responsibility of any government. Otherwise, there literally would be no need for government. The core responsibility of any government is the protection or the security or the securing or the safety of lives and property, because once again, if that were not the case, there would literally be no need for government. So as I've said a billion times, and one possibly, being in government is not so people can be loyal to you, and so that you can wear danshiki or senator and then be bulletproof SUV with your own personal detachment of Mopo and DSS to protect you, and they are shouting Honorable Excellency everywhere. That's not why you're in office. No, why you're in government. It's first and foremost to secure lives and property, and that's key. Now, in spite of that, in spite of that core responsibility of government, we do not live in a utopian society. We're definitely not in El Dorado, as we have insecurities of varying forms and kinds ravaging the entire world, really, literally. From petty crime to organized crime, to terrorist activities, to but allow me to use the expression bandits or banditry, as we have in Nigeria these days. Crimes and insecurities occur the world over, and that is apparently, there's nothing much that we can do about that. We can't really stop that. We can't really do that. It's bound to happen. There's going to be some form of crime at some point in time, someplace in the world. But what governments in different parts of the world do is, you see a commitment to bringing crime to its lowest levels. You see improvements in technologies. You see that you see funding for adequate funding of security agencies. You see even research being funded as far as security is concerned, and that's why fighter jets are getting faster, and they have more sophisticated gadgets, to cloak them from radar. Guns are getting better these days. They're spitting more bullets than Eminem can spit raps from his mouth or rhymes from his mouth. And you have Kevlar vests getting lighter and being able to protect you from bullets that the bulletproof vest couldn't maybe 10, 20 years ago. And, there's a lot of improvement that's going on. And very important, very key and germane to all of this is the seriousness, the commitment, if you will, political will, to ensure that this is done. That's what you see, that's what you experience in most parts of the world, possibly, at least with responsible governments. That's what you see, that's what should obtain, where bandits and terrorists are not being given jollof rice and noodles to eat publicly. That's what you see. But there are concerns as to how or perception, maybe it's all about perception, but perception is key nonetheless, as to how cases of insecurity have been handled in Nigeria. With reasonable government and committed government, there are no arguments as to whether criminals are bandits, whether they are bad people, whether they are good people, what's making them kill people, why are they kidnapping people. No, I mean, you're a kidnapper, you're a kidnapper. You've killed people, you've killed people. You stole money, you stole money. You committed an act of terror, you're a terrorist. There are no debates as to whether it's because of hunger or it's because of marginalization. That's why they blew up that place. Or, okay, they are criminals, we know, but let's give them amnesty. Maybe amnesty will make them to stop committing the crime. People are determined to stop it, and once you do the crime, you do the time. That's it. And also, because of the nature of world economy these days, the world becoming a global economy and all of that, a global village, countries are more concerned these days with what goes on in other countries than we probably used to be some decades or even centuries ago. Because that if something is allowed to fester in a country or in some part of the world, and it overcomes that country or that part of the world, it may not be too long before that virus, if I may refer to it as that, gets into your country as well. So it's not unusual that you have countries forging alliances and cooperating with a view to ending different world problems like hunger or famine or pestilence or disease, as happening with COVID-19, by the way. and very important as well, insecurity. Countries are partnering, how to fight terrorism, and sharing intelligence reports, information, even sharing technology as well and weaponry to ensure that we can bring crime or terrorism to its barest minimum. And that is why it's not surprising this headline, which has inspired today's rant, cut to the Vanguard newspaper and is captioned, US to Nigeria, we can help identify sponsors of terrorism. I'd like to read that headline again. US to Nigeria, we can help identify sponsors of terrorism. And let's go to the story. As part of efforts to help Nigeria overcome the continuous carnage inflicted in its citizens by terrorists and armed bandits, the United States government on Monday night said it is willing to provide intelligence to assist Nigeria identify sponsors of terrorism in the country. U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Beth Leonard, made the disclosure at a roundtable interaction on U.S.-Nigeria military cooperation with journalists at the U.S. Embassy in Abuja, noting that discussion in this regard was ongoing. Now, emphasizing U.S. readiness to support Nigeria identify and fish out terrorist sponsors, the U.S. ambassador said, that is something we are very eager to partner Nigeria on. I have had at least 3 conversations in the last 2 months on this subject and would like to go into details. And I'd like to end it there for now. I'd like to end it there. Now, if the U.S. government is saying that we can help you identify sponsors of Boko Haram, and the American ambassador to Nigeria, some merry lady, saying, quote once again, that is something we are very eager to partner Nigeria on. I have had at least 3 conversations in the last 2 months on this subject. I would like to go into details. Now, if the U.S. ambassador has had at least 3, that means it could be more than 3, but let's work with 3. Let's work with 3. 3 conversations in the last 2 months on the subject of identifying, fishing out terrorist sponsors, and possibly bringing an end to the Boko Haram menace in Nigeria. One wonders why in the last 2 months there hasn't been an announcement by the Nigerian government that yes, we now have a comprehensive list of Boko Haram sponsors and prosecution has commenced. And possibly, who knows, maybe even by now we've had some convictions in the last 2 months at least. I am wondering why that has not been the case. So then I did a Google search. FG to fish out sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. You have several headlines coming up. FG vows to fish out sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. FG to prosecute 400 suspects for funding terrorism. Fish out sponsors of Boko Haram. Senate tells FG, and nobody will be spared. The FG vows. And it goes, FG set for trial of 800 Boko Haram suspects, official, and Ijoyit's call on FG to fish out Boko Haram sponsors. And FG has vowed. FG has even said, oh, we have our own list as well. And the question is, in all of these years that we have been battling the Boko Haram scourge, and all the FG's vows to fish out, and we have a list of sponsors, we are going to prosecute them. Why has that not happened yet? Why has the Nigerian government not prosecuted sponsors of Boko Haram yet? That's a fundamental question, which I think, I am convinced, deserves an answer. Why has that not happened? And it might not be the most difficult thing in the world, really, because even outside Nigeria, it has happened. Here's a story cut in Daily Trust. 6 Nigerians convicted in UAE over Boko Haram funding. The convicts were tried and convicted in 2019. A bit of that story. This was published November 2020, by the way. 6 Nigerians have been convicted by an Abu Dhabi Federal Court of Appeal in the United Arab Emirates over alleged funding of Boko Haram, investigations by Daily Trust revealed. 2 of the convicts, Suraju Abubakar Mohammed and Saleh Yusuf Adamu, were sentenced to life imprisonment, while the remaining 4, Ibrahim Ali Alasan, Abdurrahman Ado Musa, Bashir Ali Yusuf and Muhammad Ibrahim Isa, were handed 10-year imprisonment respectively. The convicts, according to a court judgment, were tried and convicted in 2019. Now, the story even gives some details. The court judgment also showed that between 2015 and 2016, the convicts were involved in different cash transfers, allegedly in favor of Boko Haram, to the tune of $782,000, even as those close to them said the transactions were for legitimate purposes. So, in the United Arab Emirates, we have, in a different country, on a different continent, we have Nigerians who were accused of sponsoring Boko Haram. They were arrested, they were investigated, obviously, arrested, they were prosecuted, they have been convicted since 2019. And yet in Nigeria, the epicenter of the Boko Haram insurgency, where people are being blown apart, maimed, killed, and you name it, in spite of all the vowing and vowing and vowing by the federal government, vowing to do this and vowing to do that, I am not aware that the federal government has either mentioned or listed or identified publicly, let alone prosecute or get a conviction as regards anyone or persons who are sponsoring Boko Haram or other acts of terror in the country, especially in the northern part of the country. Not one. And yet we have countries of the world, the US for example, who say we can help you identify these persons. Now for the US for example to say we can help you identify them, it is true. I mean, it's logical to presume that the US knows who they are. They already know who they are. I don't think the US intends to hit the ground running or to start conducting investigations on the matter. I perceive investigations have been ongoing for a while, and some of the identities of this person are no longer secret to the US government, and they know who they are. So the essence of this rant, as I conclude right now, is a reminder to government of its core responsibility to protect lives and property, and to show commitment, to show similar commitment as is shown by responsible governments in other parts of the world who do all that they can. They equip their security agencies, they pay them well, they make them comfortable, they expend money in research, for equipment, they improve their judicial structures and processes and systems. They're not arguing over whether to call criminals bandits or to call them criminals. They don't apprehend them or have them surrender, and then before journalists they are giving them jollof rice or fried rice to eat, and then putting groceries, noodles and milk and sugar and beverage and tea in front of them. A reminder to the Nigerian government to show its commitment, to be committed in the fight against terror and banditry and criminality in this country, because it's getting to heights unprecedented. One way it can do that is to identify and prosecute these sponsors. Identify and prosecute the sponsors. And if the American government says we can help you identify them, the response should be, please, by all means, by the mercies of God or whatever else you believe in, give us those names, help us track them down, help us apprehend them so we can prosecute them and deal with them accordingly. On that note, I end my round. Thanks for listening. Hope you were not bored. Let's get your take. Numbers are the same, lines are open. We got 0817 93 002, 0817 93 003, and 0817 93 007 are the numbers to call. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. On YouTube, YouTube as well, just search for Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp is on 0809 030 6416. Keep it brief and straight to the point. Let's go to the phone now. I've got David on the line from D-Line. Hello, David. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dario.
Go ahead.
It's unfortunate. Why they won't want to show the vigor in partnering with whosoever that is going to want to come to partner with them. Even myself, I'm ready to partner with the Nigerian government to expose the financiers of Boko Haram and terrorism in Nigeria. But why they will not be willing to partner with me or with the U.S. government or with any other government of the nation of the world is because once they partner with them and they get this financiers, Boko Haram, which is the money spinner for them, will no longer be in existence. Once they partner with them, there will be no billions to allocate for rehabilitation of Boko Haram boys, buying them new clothes, new abada.
Yeah, but David, there's always going to be something to spend money on in government. I mean, you can, if the federal government can decide to start building flyovers in everywhere in the country, there's government can never lack something to spend money on.
Dayo, since the history of Nigeria, we have never had a supplementary budget running to over 700 billion naira for just 2 items, which 68% out of that 2 items was for security. We have never had it. What does it tell you? It tells you that insecurity is a pathway, a conduit path for massive corruption in this country. And for that reason, they will not want to partner with anybody so as not to stop this conduit which they have constructed by themselves. It's unfortunate that the poor Nigerians should be suffering it while they are making money, because they know that getting these financiers is ripping the tree from the roots and not plugging the leaves. Thank you.
All right, David. Favor from Mumu Kroshi, how I go on?
Adedayo, good afternoon, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Let me tell you that, when Goodluck Jonathan was on power, I can remember vividly there is one of the emir, that is Sultan of Sokoto. He mentioned it and everybody heard it, that any attempt to reduce Boko Haram, you are reducing the northern. So now, when you are bringing this topic this afternoon, who did you even expect in Nigeria to even fight Boko Haram or to arrest them? To even tell them this is the people sponsoring Boko Haram. Even that
whether Sultan Favor, can you hear me?
I don't.
Favor, can you hear me?
America is telling us that they are going to.
Favor, can you hear me? All right. Favor is not listening to me. So what I was going to say is, whether a Sultan said what Favor said or not, the existence of Boko Haram or terrorism or insurgency in Nigeria has spanned different governments from different ethnic backgrounds and different ethnic backgrounds. We started during the Obasanjo era. We had Yaradua there, we had Jonathan there, and now we have Buhari there. And not at any time, when the different ethnic backgrounds were occupied as a villa, did we have any prosecution of Boko Haram sponsors or even Boko Haram members for that matter? Hello, Wisdom, you're welcome.
Yeah, good day.
All right, go ahead.
All right, one-time president and commander of the armed forces once said that government, if government want to fight any insecurity to stand still, the government can do it within 48 hours. Hello, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, in view of the insecurity challenges we have, if the government is sincere and wants to fight this thing to stand still, I believe they can do it. I agree with a caller who said people are making billions out of these insecurity challenges we are going through in Nigeria there. And it's most unfortunate. Whatever a man swears, so shall he reap. And there is a cross reckoning for everybody.
So, Wisdom, so your logic suggests that there's crime in the world because governments of the world want crime to be in the world.
Sorry?
So your logic suggests that there's crime in the world because that's anywhere in the world, whatever nature of the crime it is. The crime exists because the government wants the crime to exist.
No, there is not completely a crime-free society. all over the globe.
Exactly.
But what I'm trying to say, the challenges, the security challenges we are having, that you understand? That's the point. Our Nigeria peculiar situation. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I think I get you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm making. Thank you.
You're welcome, Wisdom. Emmanuel from Rumeli High, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
One, I want to thank you for bringing up this issue. Secondly, I think there is less concentration on getting the solution of terrorism and banditry in the north by our present and some past leadership.
Why do you feel that?
And if you watch the force they used in getting Ibodo, Nnamdi Kanu, IPOD sponsors, and all the rest, and today you see them measuring names of sponsors over here in South and Southeast, and to them they are winning the war here. Then once it comes to this other side, which all of us said that we are one, you find that there is strategy of getting solution to the people there.
Emmanuel, which names of sponsors have been mentioned from over here?
Pardon, they mentioned one man name in Imo State as a sponsor of IPOP.
Which man name? So one man name means that they're mentioning. You said they are mentioning names of sponsors over here. So I asked you. You said one man name. Is one man name? Does one man name equivalent to mention
one in Nigeria?
Pardon
At
me?
least let them mention one sponsors of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Since they have mentioned one, I have listened to news. I heard one. They said they recovered about 10 million from him as a sponsor of IPOP.
Well, the same way at different times as well. I mean, the Nigerian military in the north has captured individuals they say are supplying arms to Boko Haram, are supplying this to bandits. Those people have also been displayed on TV. Haven't you seen that? Or you've never seen that?
I've seen the Boko Haram.
No, not the fighters themselves. I'm talking about apprehending persons who are either supplying arms or supplying other things to Boko Haram. You've never seen that?
I've seen one. I've seen a man.
Okay, you've seen one too.
Yes,
okay.
I've seen one.
So one there.
But what I'm saying is one. Yeah.
Okay.
This is Arsenal and Chelsea now.
Okay. Oh, but it's a very serious matter, actually. And the thing is this: we may fall under the trap of looking at this, as we often look at most things as well, from the ethnic perspective, and it does us no good, actually. You know, rather than look at and consider the issues themselves, we are blinded, and the whole thing becomes blurred when we look at things strictly through the ethnic lens. But it's 4 p.m. right now. I break for the business news. Discussions on my rant continue till about 4:30. Please stay with us.
Set your time on Nigeria Info. Correct time. It's 4 o'clock.
And now, the business news.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has directed all commercial banks to publish names of customers who engage in fraudulent practices to obtain foreign exchange. In a circular issued today, the Apex Bank outlined the fraudulent practices to include the use of fake visas and cancellation of air tickets after purchase of personal travel allowance and business travel allowance. The bank said the new directive was given to curb the unwholesome conduct of some customers who are trying to evade its new forex policy. And some residents of Port Harcourt have expressed worry over the high price of cooking gas. And some of them seen at a gas plant complained that the increase in the price of cooking gas has taken a toll on their livelihood. Meanwhile, Nigeria International Air Courier Association and the Association of Nigeria Courier Operators have asked that the passage of the postal refund bill be reconsidered. In a joint briefing, the association said the implementation of some clauses in the bill may run courier operators out of business and lead to massive job loss within the industry. They said the bill, which has reached the second reading at the National Assembly, did not address their concerns. On the foreign scene, Ryanair Chief Executive Michael O'Leary says the company is expecting a very strong recovery in European shuttle flights. A Dublin-based carrier predicts it will fly 10.5 million passengers a month over the next 3 months. By passenger counts, the airline is Europe's largest. And oil prices, like crude goes for $68.66 a barrel and Brent $72.92 a barrel. And finally, official exchange rate, a dollar goes for 410 naira 23 kobo, 1 euro 482 naira 84 kobo, and a pound is equivalent to 563 naira 41 kobo. That's the business news. Contact our newsroom on 0818 90017. For more stories, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Thanks for listening. I'm Adedayo Elusakin. Good evening.
Keeping up with political issues and developments around you, only on Nigeria Info.
A clean surrounding is a collective effort.
Diseases could be avoided
with good hygiene practice. Be more responsible with how you dispose waste products. The environment will be better looking without litter and exposed garbage. We love our city clean. This message is from 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Information is a two-way thing. Nigeria Info, it's your turn. Let's talk.
And now, Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Dio.
Welcome back. It's 4 minutes gone past 4 p.m. Still Hard Fact to Nigeria Info. I'm Dio. Taking your thoughts on today's rant still, till about 4:30 p.m. today. The story that inspired today's rant, once again, cut to the vanguard. U.S. to Nigeria. We can help identify sponsors of terrorism, and I simply am advocating that the Nigerian government shows a commitment shown by other responsible governments in the world to reducing crime to the barest minimum and fighting terrorism. You know, you search online, you see FG vows to, enough of the vowing to, enough of the, we have set 800 for trial, we have 400 for trial, we have this, we promise to prosecute. No, go ahead, identify and prosecute. We've got 6 Nigerians who have been convicted in the UAE over Boko Haram funding. They were convicted in 2019. The US government says we can help you identify Boko Haram sponsors. We should be falling over our heads, falling over each other right now, struggling to get these names, to identify them publicly, prosecute them, and get convictions. We should be doing that. The lines are open. 0817-93-0002, 0817-93-0003, and 0817-93-0007. We're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info PA 09036416. Lucky Ebenezer on Facebook goes, Nigeria at this current time really needs help, if only they will not be sabotaged along the line by the same Nigerians that brought them. The US should do the needful now that insecurity in Nigeria has not turned like that of the Afghanistan crisis. Cosmos Ideme goes, I think the US should go ahead to reveal the sponsors of these criminal elements without waiting for Nigerian government, because Nigerian government is not serious in fighting and ending insecurity in Nigeria. At least let us, the citizens, know who are the real enemies of Nigeria sponsoring terrorists and bandits to kill Nigerians. Good afternoon. On this very subject matter, I wouldn't be surprised should Buhari government ask the UK government and others to respect our sovereignty. Our government is on top of the situation. James Apabio sent that in. Oh, well. Good evening, Doc. The only thing I can say is it is bold of the U.S. to assume that the FG doesn't know who the sponsors of this terrorist are. As a matter of fact, a couple of members of the current administration have been fingered to be linked to terrorist organizations. This has become a business. Unfortunately, lives have been used in this game. Let's go back to the phone next. I've got Emmanuel on the line. You're welcome. Go ahead. Hi, go on.
Yes. As I rightly said, I'm very sure that the U.S. government is already aware and have the list of those that are involved in this terrorism sponsorship. And not only that, before they can make that statement, I'm sure they already have that list. Just waiting if Nigerian government will support support them in making the pronouncement. Secondly, the Abu Dhabi, the people they prosecuted, I'm sure the investigation they carried out, other people who are in Nigeria must have been involved. But because they are not in Nigeria, they are not in Abu Dhabi over there, maybe they cannot invite them. And that is why those that are over there, that is why they prosecuted them. So, a whole lot of issues happening in this country, and I tell you, from what I am seeing, from the way our elite, politicians, the PDP, APC, I don't see them taking us anywhere in the next 10, 20 years. And we are being liberal with them. If we say we should be following them, the way they are doing it, just they tell them, talk on radio, phone them and all the rest, we will not get, nobody is showing any direction that will say, okay, the next 10 years, 5 years, this is where we will be. All the politicians. So we are in problem in this country. I must tell you, if you can sit down and remunerate over what is going on, and they see PDP now quarreling among themselves, is it the people that want to take over government next time? The same self-centeredness, no progress that they want for me and you. So I don't know. I feel that the way we are following our government, we will not get to any. If we say another election, bring in PDP or APC or anybody, we will not get to anywhere in the next 10 years, 20 years. I tell you, mark it down. They don't show any idea, any plan, anything that concerns people, concerns mass. See, the doctors are going on strike. Everybody now has woken up. We're in trouble in this country. I tell you, that is my contribution. Thank you.
You're welcome, Emmanuel. Barry from Tai, could I go ahead?
Yeah, Dayo, good day.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. This matter of insecurity that will be stumping on the correspondent about why this name is not released is disheartening in this period of our time. And I think that if the international bodies knows why this name should be released, they should release it. Because even in the local place, when somebody say, oh, you are convicted of a crime and your name is published, it's a way of reducing or deducing these situations of insecurity we are facing. So we think if there's an upper intelligent gadget they can use to at least decode this, let these names be published so that we know where we are.
But Barry, the Boko Haram is not the American government's problem.
Yes.
Okay, Barry. David from Transamadi, hi, go ahead.
Yeah. Good day.
Hi.
Did you by any chance watched the interview Channels TV conducted with an intelligence expert, one general?
A retired Commodore, I think.
Fine, retired Commodore, fine. Do we need any other things? Do we need any other excuse? Do we need any other information? Listen, the man made it point blank. I understand that he's being sought after today. In fact, I understand Chamberlain and the other chap were picked off too.
No, the Channels TV, even channels that you mentioned, did release a publication saying that their staff were not arrested. They were not picked up.
Fine. Now, but why should that even be an attempt to pick them?
No, once again, hold on. The point is there was no attempt to pick them up.
Fine, okay. Now the point is this government is not interested in fighting Boko Haram because, like the first caller rightly said, they're making money from it. Remember, Buhari once said that they shared the money in a hotel. I mean,
wait, hold on. Buhari said that who shared which money in the hotel?
Buhari said those who were giving money, to get fighting equipment, fighting a hotel and shared the money.
When did he say that?
He made that. He made that.
When did he make that statement? When?
He made that statement. I can't recall when.
It sounds like one of those WhatsApp channel TV.
I'll tell you now that the government is not interested. They have 400 names. Nobody has been prosecuted. Look at all the zeal that was put into picking up the Kanu all the way from Kenya. Look at the zeal that is put into to get on a Eboho back from Benin Republic, and you cannot get bandits. There's a video in circulation that policemen were saying that they were stopped from going after them.
Just a moment. Now, the statement credited to Buhari, was he made while he was president?
Was he made while he was president?
That's my question.
That statement, I think it was made before he came into government. But now let me tell you one truth. He has come in, and the same thing is still happening. They are still sharing the money. I mean, we know of $1 billion that cannot be accounted for. $1 billion and that cannot be accounted for.
David, great to hear from you. I must move on right now, though.
My pleasure.
Benson from Aboa, I think. Hello, Benson. Go on.
Good evening.
Hello, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. The federal government, I believe, does not have the political. They will not have the political way to work with the US government in order to prosecute whoever is sponsoring this Boko Haram sect. Because I like what the people are mentioning. Before now, if you take a pretty good job time, at the time, Buhari was not the government. He made it very clear. The fight against Boko Haram is a fight against Islam. And if they are the people here now, and they believe that these Boko Haram people are against Islam people, we want them not to fight against their people. They will not do it. They will not. Because even if you look at it, with this Fulani bandits that we are talking about, if you remember in the time of Islam, some things happen in the Middle East that our present president has to lead the Fulani people to that place. And I think the government and the people of Oyo State also genocide to fight against the Fulani people.
Oh, hold on. The president did what? Benson, I'm asking you a question. Benson, okay, I know that's that. Moses from HA. Hello, you're welcome, Moses. No, yes. Moses is gone. Okay, I need to say this. It's very important and it's extremely crucial. As with many other issues that affect us as a people, as a country, as a nation, the matter of insecurity or security, depends on your perspective. No, that is one that we must be concerned about. And considering the act of insecurity throughout the country, it's also understandable that we're passionate about it. But one thing I've discovered, and is that there's a lot of misinformation out there. People just say things. Somebody told you something, you just take it, you run with it. You saw somebody forward something to you via WhatsApp on broadcast message, you run with it. Somebody in your village posts something on Facebook, you take it, you run with it. You check for yourself. You don't even, sometimes they're even downright illogical and preposterous. Fits into a narrative that you want to believe desperate sounds. You just go. Dana from Agri Road, you're welcome. Dana, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon.
All right, go on.
I think to me, government at top level doesn't have the will to expose criminals around them. For example, if you come here to River State, presently you can hear what is happening from Ghana. Those committing that crime are from that community. And they are dwelling, camping in that land that they own, they say it's their own, that they are chasing headmen. They know them, the community people know them, the world know them, the local government know them, the state government know them. But for them to expose them and deal with them is a problem. It is a very easy thing, but because of politics That is why I always know that every insecurity is sponsored by politicians. You can even attest to me that even the PDP today, what they are campaigning against the president is insecurity. And if you look at the way they are going, that because of this insecurity, they are going to take over. So you can see that to me, they are suspects. So long as politicians hands are involved, insecurity will be very difficult to overcome it, to expose criminals, to causing this insecurity. I think that is my own stake. It's my own stake. Because they are not stronger than the foreigners. The foreigners know that when they want to play politics, they play it sincerely. But here, they gamble with politics. And that is why it is like that.
But Daniel, do you think that it's I think what you're saying is it's a general problem, because even down south here as well, you know, we have instances where even the police have complained that when criminals are arrested in our communities, or so-called cultists, we still have even people who are known to be cultists who are destroying our communities, beating, killing people, sacking whole communities. It's still one honorable or one excellency that will call and say, he's our boy, release him, let him go.
That is why I'm saying it is very difficult to overcome insecurity, because it's a political game. Using it to campaign or harm or spoil the hands of the ruling party or the man on ground, so that they will use it and campaign against it. So how will the man on ground be able to stop insecurity when his enemy are sponsoring it? So it will be difficult. If we stop this one, another group will spring up.
Yeah, but then again, when a foreign country or allegedly even your own intelligence agency, so you know, information comes out that okay, we have some names of certain sponsors, like the US is saying right now. Why not work with that information? Why not apprehend them? Why not prosecute them and get convictions? But even the current Buhari administration has at different times said, oh, we have names of sponsors, we are going to publish names of sponsors, we have 400 days, we vowed to fish them out. But how many times have we heard that there's been a prosecution?
They cannot prosecute, because so long as they are politicians, they have their own voice. The politicians have their own voice, doing everything together. Whom are they going to stop? Are they going to stop the ones of the opposition? Or are they going to stop their own? So long as they cannot stop their own, they cannot stop the opposition. And that is why politics is playing out. In foreign countries, they don't use politics. They don't play their politics like this. To use insecurity to destabilize the government, so that you use that against it and come in. So they have their own, the opposition have their own. They sponsor it together. Tomorrow there may be opposition, and they will do the same thing. So it will be difficult. No government that will come in, whether PDP, APC, or TDP, they come in that will stop insecurity, because they will use insecurity to destabilize. And that's what they are doing.
Interesting, Donald. Good to hear from you. Via Facebook, Sally Suleiman goes, the Nigerian government willing to allow them because the highly placed citizens will be affected. The insecurity in the country has become a lucrative business in Nigeria, bigger than oil and gas. Cosmos Uleme on Facebook goes, I think the US should go ahead to reveal the sponsors of this criminal element without waiting for the Nigerian government, because Nigerian government is not serious in fighting and ending insecurity in Nigeria. And via WhatsApp, I believe at some at some point we started making this North versus South. We started making this North versus South, amnesty for militant versus amnesty for Boko Haram. It seems there is an agenda, but faceless persons. Unfortunately, some Boko Haram sympathizers have made their ways into government positions, hence the reluctance. Truly, if President Buhari is thinking of lasting legacy, they should consider it. But like I said before, our tribal sentiment is a huge roadblock in getting any prosecution done. After all, persons have been arrested, but no prosecutions that the public is aware of. And that's from DG. Hello, Dio. I once engaged a group of friends in a discussion about security. Our personal attitude towards security is also an issue. We notice unusual things around us, but most of us simply look the other way. The foreign countries we think are superhumans thrive on regular people giving tips to the police about suspicious activities around them. And this can even be done by social media in case you don't want to be identified. Yes, many might be false alarms, but a good number would crack heinous crimes. Bandits, Boko Haram militants all have friends and relatives who know what these guys do, but they'll never give them up because we'll rather protect our own against the authorities. We can't achieve peace and prosperity by simply wishing it. We need to all work at realizing it, and that's from Matt Paul. Emeka from D-Line. Hello, go on.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yep.
I most sincerely thank you for bringing up this topic. Well, first and foremost, I will, the way Nigerian politics and politicians structure this country, if we are waiting for this Boko Haram or insecurity to end in Nigeria.
Emeka? Hello?
The way they structure this country.
Okay, Emeka seems to be distracted somewhat. 23 gone past 4 p.m. I may have to wrap this up in a moment. But it's very interesting, really, and I'm sure I perceive that it's a whole lot more complex than most persons would like, or lots of people would like to think of it as. For example, go back to a message I read via WhatsApp a while ago. I think at some point we started making this North versus South, and that's a big problem here. And I think it's even more. I'm convinced it's more complex than that. I remember the narrative that a lot of persons were spreading before President Buhari before Buhari became president in 2015, his first term, and so some persons would have everyone else believe, as they believed, I suppose, that once Buhari became president, Boko Haram would automatically cease to exist, and terrorism in the country would come to an end, because it was the North trying to destabilize Goodluck Jonathan's government. That was a very popular narrative at that time, and a lot of persons I perceive in the South were very willing to believe that narrative. Oh, it was the North trying to distract Buhari, and once Buhari becomes president, the Northerner, Boko Haram would become history. But that has not happened. If anything, well, I'm sure the Buhari government would rather have us believe that they've been able to, what's that word they like to use? Technically defeated, and but I mean, it's almost like we've added some more things to Boko Haram right now. We've got ISWAP now. We've got bandits now. What don't we have now? It's getting even worse. The insecurity, the figures don't lie. It is getting worse, and a lot of it is happening in the North, remarkably. So the North-South perspective to almost every conversation is not a helpful one. No, it's not. Does it mean that there may not be some ethnic coloration? Sometimes there might be, but perceiving it through that lens all the time simply blurs everything, and we're unable to identify what the real problems are and thus tackling them. So once again, the Nigerian government should show some commitment, to addressing these issues. But like a previous caller said, maybe, allegedly, supposedly, it's the politicians, Maybe I can't stop this one, because if I stop my own, or if I stop your own, my own too will stop. Who knows? Anyways, we've got a commercial break coming up right now, after which I'll return. YIG Africa will be having them with me in the studio. They've got having an official launch of the Nigeria Youth Skills Festival coming up this Friday. More on that, so please stay with us.